Good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, we're over here at our ASIC mining compound. Beautiful weather out here, almost 70 degrees here in Pennsylvania today, and spring is here. Well, we got to get our sheds ready for the warm weather. I got a whole bunch of things to get done over here today because it's no longer 30 degrees outside. So we got a lot to do. So let me bring you along. All right, so first up is filters. Filters are dirty. I do these about 4 times a year. We're using MERV 5 filters in our sheds. So on all of our doors, those filters have to get replaced. And inside the shed here, each of the walls on both of our sheds need these done. Let's get to work. All right, so filters are entirely done. And it's crazy how important it is. People underestimate it. But the window, the filter has been replaced. And then Joey did all of these filters right through here. Look at that. You can actually see through them now, which is really, really good. And then we have filters on each of the doors, massive amount to help the airflow come in. But even now, like I could stand here and feel the airflow coming through. That's how much CFM we're pulling through. Each of these is about 800 CFM on a speed of 10. Now talking about filters, let me show you guys real quick. So let's see if we can spin our gimbal around. This is the old one. Look at this. This used to be like this against the wall. And look, it gets like this gray color. And you got to think like the ASICs end up breathing through a straw. And these just end up completely suffocating the ASICs. And this is, we do this 4 times a year, as I said. And then here is just a cutoff piece of the new filter. Same size, MERV, same style filtration of MERV 5. But here is actually the new filter. So you can actually see the difference. Old, new. All right, something else we got going on here today, stepping inside. So I bought myself another S21 XP, actually from 805 Mining. I think it was like 2860 or something like that. It was a crazy deal, especially to get almost 300 terahash more. But as you guys can see, my first one, I had to extend my shelf. It's just so big with the 10-inch fans. So let's go ahead. We need to add and extend this shelf about a foot. Let's pivot real quick. Not everyone can run miners at home. Maybe your electric bill is just through the roof. The heat is just too hard to manage and the sound is absolutely insane. Well, this is where blockopsmining.com comes in. I had the opportunity to go ahead and visit their Arkansas facility about 2 years ago, and it was truly impressive. Listen, if you guys are in the market to not only buy, but also have your ASIC miners hosted right here in the United States, go over and check out blockopsmining.com. All right, another done here. Take a look. We got our second platform ready to go, just like this one up here. We actually, just like up here, went ahead and put the watt meter underneath of it, but we're set and ready to go. So now I'm just waiting for my S21 XP to come in. We got our Bitcoin shroud. This is the 10-inch one. Shout out to K-Trim for this. We got our Fruition design. That's going to be the shroud kit that actually fits. So this is actually significantly bigger, as I said, to meet up to the 10-inch. I mean, it's wild to see how small the 8-inch looks versus the 10-inch. And then we have our AC Infinity 10-inch fan all set. Now we just have to wait for the S21 XP. All right, so another one we got working on today. As you guys know, if you've watched in my past videos, we have an immersion tank here, has an L9 in it. This one's actually empty. And the reason is actually I have a problem with it. So when I turn this actual unit on, and if you're curious, it's like a giant fish tank in there. When I turn it on, the pump doesn't work. So I'll show you. So in here, this is the pump. It's like the overflow tank. The hot oil dumps into here, and then it gets pumped outside to get cooled. When I turn this on, the pump just vibrates. And so Fog Hashing, working with their great support, they sent me a new control board for it. I swapped it out. This is the old one. Still does the same thing. So today, they sent me a new pump. We're gonna go ahead and try to figure out how the heck to replace this pump with all this oil. Should be fun, and we'll see if this fixes it. All right, so unfortunately, no luck with our new pump. I went ahead and installed the new pump. That was an absolute pain. And all it does is vibrate. So I don't know. If you look down here, this is actually the control board and all the wiring. The new wiring has a different wiring color, blue, brown, maybe red, black, and gray. And Fog Hashing didn't send me a wiring schematic. The previous pump, you can see here, red, green, black, and yellow. So I actually tried to use AI to figure it out, thought I figured it out, but unfortunately, no luck with our fog hashing pump. So I'm waiting for fog hashing to get back to me on what the proper wiring layout should be for this guy. All right, so during the winter and the freezing temperatures, you know, most people think you want your ASICs to run as cold as possible, right? Well, wrong, actually. You don't want your miners, like my sheds, I try to keep like around 50 Fahrenheit when it's freezing outside. And the reason is because ASICs, especially power supplies or hash boards and chips, they don't like sub-freezing temperatures. And if your miner reboots during sub-freezing temperatures, think of it, the capacitors, the chips, they're super hot, they cool very quickly, and then they try to go ahead and heat up again, and that's when things go bad, power supplies go bad. So one of the ways that I heat my sheds is actually putting ASICs towards the intake wall. And so today, I don't want that anymore. So I need to go ahead and flip around all the ASICs that have been heating my intake walls. So in our new shed, we haven't had as many ASICs, so I don't have as much airflow. So I only had one AlphaPex DG1 Plus down here that was just blowing hot air over there. I already actually I had a second one over here blowing air that way. I already went ahead a few weeks ago and put that on the shelf, but I no longer need it. I mean, right now, look, 77 degrees Fahrenheit on the outside coming through. So I need to take any ASICs in this shed and the other shed and get them up here on the rack. So then over in the new shed, or the old shed, you can see I had 2 ASICs here. I actually had 3 during the height of the actual winter, all blowing against our wall there. So these are on my workbench. So I'm gonna take these and they'll actually fill some of these empty spots down here. All right, well, while we were moving around ASICs here, say hi to Joey. Hi, Joey. Yep, Joey's here hanging out with us, helping out. So we moved around our ASICs, right? From our workbench to our slots here, but I came across something. I was moving around some miners, balancing some things out, and I wanted this L9 here, I wanted to go ahead and move the cable. Well, look what I found. So I went to pull the cable out, and take a look at this right here. So this broke off. This was like half melted, but broke off. You might be able to see inside there, this prong is actually what caused the melting. All the other ones don't have it, but look what, me pulling it out of the PDU, take a look. So my guess is it's the cable. I don't think it's the PDU. I haven't had many issues, but my guess is it was the cable here. Now, the crazy thing is, look, you can see the cable's kind of warped here too. It does say 20 amp, 250 volt, so it should be able to handle 5,000 watts on one cable, but I don't know if we can believe that entirely. So I'm gonna have to replace the cables, fine, I have another one, and then I'll have to replace that PDU as well. Another project we got going on is anchors. So I've always wanted to do this. I really don't know how, like, let's be honest, how beneficial these will be, but I've always wanted to put ground anchors into the sheds. You can see right here, it's kind of, is it a saving grace? I don't know. It's more like a Hail Mary if we ever get like a tornado or crazy storms. I don't know. But I've always thought, hey, for 50 bucks a box for these anchors, is it worth it? So it was recommended to me from a community member. So we're going to put 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. Just finished up on this shed. Different model of the anchors. But you can see here, take a look. Just goes into the ground, you know, 1.5 feet, maybe a little bit more. But we have one here, another one here, and then we added 2 more on the back side. So while working in the shed here, I actually found that this inline fan is rattling like crazy. Isolated it down to this fan. It is really loud and the rattle is nuts. So my guess is the bearing's going, or maybe one of the fans, actually the blades broke off and it's not even. So before it actually goes when I'm not here and makes that ASIC overheat, I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out. All right, old inline fans removed. I didn't see any issues like just poking in, but I'm gonna take it apart when I get home, see if we can go ahead and save it. I always keep a handful of these in case I get new miners, or just like this situation where one goes bad. Always love the AC Infinity inline fans. So I think the finishing touch is our shroud. So we'll go ahead, get that on here. Save myself t-shirt getting sucked in, and they all come with the manual fan controller. during the spring and summer, I run it at full speed, the speed of 10. Usually in the winter, dead of winter, I'll do about a speed of 5. So it cuts down on those watts pretty significantly. But if you're curious, all of our fans here, so we have 9 going right now. We're using 1,440 watts total. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up over here at the shed today. Didn't get done everything that I wanted to, but I'll be honest, I never do. My list is always so long, and I don't always get everything done I wanted to. I have these 2 awnings. I actually bought metal awnings that will go kind of where that eagle is. It'll replace the eagle to cover the whole front of the door. Comes out a few feet. I found during the winter, I got a little bit of snow in there, so I wanted to get some type of awning just above it. Same thing for the new shed. Got them off Amazon. I think they were $1.20 or something like that. There was a lot of other things I wanted to get done today, but that's okay. You know, that just means we have to come out and do another shed day, which I absolutely love. So now it's time with Joey. We're gonna go ahead and crack a little beverage in here, as we always do, to finish out our day. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.